because it shows the marker you're working clearly, and it will also help us derive our answers faster and more accurately. Alright, so continuing to question 16, express 3/7 or 3/7 as a decimal. Give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So just as we did in the other MCQ question, 3 is too small to be divided by 7, so we add a 0 here, but we also add a 0 on the top with a decimal place, and we just do the division normally. Add the 0 times 2, 14, because times 3 will be too big, 21, 6, and again you add the 0 just for the division purposes. You get 56, you get 4, and so on. However, the question is only asking for 2 decimal places, so 0.428 can be rounded off to 0.43, 2 decimal places, which is our final answer. Question 17, find the value of 408 multiplied by 15. So this is a straightforward multiplication question. 5 times 0 is 0, and then you add the 4 at the top. 5 times 4 is 20, and then you ignore this column. 1 times 8 is 8, 1 times 0 is 0, and 1 times 4 is 4. And then you add everything up. You'll get 6120 as your final answer. Moving on to the next question. Question 18. PQR is an equilateral triangle. Find angle W. So, firstly, we must understand what an equilateral triangle means, which means all sides are equal in length and each angle is 60 degrees. So angle PRQ is 60 degrees over here, because PQR is an equilateral triangle, and the angle given here is 110 degrees. So this is 60 and this is 110. And so what we've learned also is that the sum of angles about a point is equals to 360 degrees, and hence angle W is 360 degrees minus 110 degrees minus 60 degrees, which gives us the final answer. Find the value of 42.18 divided by 60. Moving on to question 19, find the value of 42.18 divided by 60. So for such questions, it may seem daunting looking at the decimal place in the first number, which makes this smaller than the second number and hence the division impossible. However, it's just best to ignore the decimal place and continue doing the long division just as we've done in the previous questions. So, because we've removed the decimal place, let's add the decimal place on top over here, and 70, because 70 times 60 is 4200, and you get 18 over here. Just as we've done before, add a 0 here just to make the division possible. Multiply by 3 and you'll get 0.703 as your final answer. Question 20. Peter started work at 10:30 AM and ended work at 6:15 PM. How long did he work? Give your answers in hours and minutes. So if we started work at 10:30 AM and ended work at 6:15 PM, we will first have to reach 12 PM to make our lives easier, because there's a difference in AM and PM over here. So from 10:30 AM to 12 PM, as we know, it's 1 hour and 30 minutes, because 30 minutes after 10:30 AM gives us 11 AM, and an hour after that is 12 PM. So from 12 PM to 6 p.m. it takes 6 hours, and from 6 p.m. to 6:15 p.m. it takes another 15 minutes. And summing all of this up, we have 7 hours, 6 plus 1, and 30 plus 15, which is 45 minutes. So we have 7 hours and 45 minutes as our final answer for question 20. Question 21. 21A. What is the missing number in the box? A straightforward question. Whenever we see ratio questions, it's best to simplify to the simplest form first. Divide by 3 on both sides. And as we know, the right side here is given as 12. So automatically we'll multiply by 2 both sides. And 14 is to 12. So our final answer. However, this is a trick question, as most students will probably write 14 is to 12 as the final answer. However, they are just asking us for what is to be replaced by the question mark over here. So the answer is just 14 for question 21A. 21B. There are 4/5 as many male workers as female workers in a factory. What is the ratio of the number of female workers to the total number of workers in the factory? So a pretty straightforward question as well. The male is to female ratio is 4:5 as stated in the first sentence. And if the ratio of male is to female is 4:5, the total units will be 4 plus 5, which is 9. So the ratio of the number of female workers to the total will be 5:9. Pretty straightforward. Question 22A. Simplify the expression 25 plus 9k plus 8 minus 4k. Best way to do this is to rewrite this by separating the normal numbers and the ones with the k. So this will give us 33 for this side. For this side, it will give us 5k. So 33 plus 5k. So answer for 22A. Find the value of 4y minus 7. 4y minus 7 when y equals to 6. So substitute y as 6, which can be written this way, or 4 times 6 minus 6. So by order of operations, we have to do what's inside the bracket first, then the multiplication, then you minus off, which will give us 4y minus 7 actually, not 4y minus 6, which is not 18 but 24 minus 7, 17 for question 22B. Moving on to question 23. The usual price of a watch was $800. During a sale, the watch was selling at $560. What is the percentage discount given? So most students, the moment they see two numbers, they will go 560 over 800 times 100%, get the answer, and write it down over here. However, percentage discount always means difference, final and initial price over original price times 100%. So it's 800 minus 560 over 800 times 100%, which will give us, let me get this out of the way, which will give us 240 over 800 times 100%, equals to, this is 0.3 times 100, 30% percentage discount. So the final answer for question 23 is 30%. In the square grid below, draw a trapezium ABCD where AD is twice the length of BC. Line AB and BC are given. Unfortunately, this printing has some problems, but this is what the two lines are supposed to look like. Oh, sorry. So if AD is twice the length of BC, and this is BC, we will have to measure out, on the hard copy of course, you can measure out twice the length, but over here, wow, this is a terrible drawing. Yeah, we will have to use a ruler and measure out twice such that this is equals to this. So yeah, this is D, and then you connect C and D to then form a trapezium. So A is done. Draw a triangle ABE where BAE is 90 degrees and AB equals to AE. So if BAE equals to 90 degrees, it will have to look something like this, such that this is 90 degrees and this length is equals to this length. Then you draw a line across to form the triangle. So yeah, that's ABE. Pretty simple question, just have to be measuring carefully. In the figure below, QRST is a rhombus, QVS is a straight line. Angle TUV equals to 46 degrees and angle RQV equals to 20 degrees. It's given over here. So before we dive into answering the question, we have to understand what a rhombus is. So a rhombus has equal sides, equal length for the sides, and it has two sets of parallel lines, here, here, and here, here. The lengths are the same. So that's what a rhombus means. So once we've got that out of the way, find angle QVU. So again a printing problem, but V is supposed to be this point over here, and they are asking us to find this angle. So let's do this slowly and steadily. If these two lines are parallel and this line that runs across, then the rule states that this angle is 20 degrees as well. Why? Because these two are parallel lines and a Z is formed over here. So since the line is cut across by alternate angles, this is 20 degrees as well. What we also know is QR, length QR is equal to the length RS because of this rhombus. So if length QR equals to length QS, the triangle QRS is actually isosceles. Sorry, wrong spelling. Okay, anyways, isosceles, meaning angle RSQ is also 20 degrees because these two sides are equal. And since the sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees, angle QRS is equal to 180 minus 20 minus 20, which gives us 140 degrees. And again, property of rhombus, angle QRS equals to angle QTS, this and this. And so since angle QTS is 140 degrees, we can now find this angle, because the sum of angles in a four-sided polygon is 360 degrees. So 360 degrees minus 140 degrees minus the 46 degrees here and minus the 20 degrees that was on top over here, which gives us, by manually calculating, 154 degrees. But that's not it, because we need to find angle QVU. Since QVS is a straight line, by the rule angle QVU equals to 180 minus 154, because angle on a straight line is 180 obviously, which gives us 26 degrees as our final answer for angle QVU. So yeah, this question has quite a few steps and quite a few concepts that we need to know, but if done slowly and steadily, we can definitely get the answer. So the table for question 26, the table below shows the rate of charges for water consumption in a month. First 20 meter cube, $1.50 per meter cube, and additional amount above 20 meter cube is $2 per meter cube. Mr. Smith used 43 meter cube of water. How much did he pay? So let's break this down into two sections. First, 20 meter cube is $150 times the 20 meter cube that he used. And for the remaining 43 minus 20, which is 23 meter cube, is $2 for each meter cube, which is $2 times the 23 meter cube. So if we calculate this, we will get $30, because 1.5 times 2 is 3, and we multiply the 10, 30. $2 times 23, we'll get $46. So if we were to quickly